What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, NBA fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. NBA free agency has officially started now, so we're doing something a little different tonight, going live, just kind of hanging out. I'm following Shams Chanara. He usually has the breaking news before it breaks, so I figure, you know what, let's follow him for the next hour or two, whatever it may be. Will the Spurs put an offer in for somebody? Will they make a big move? Are they going to roll it again with Wemby starting and then Charles Bassey and Bismack Biyombo as the backups? I hope not, but I'll support them whatever they do. The Frenchman, what's going on? Area 51, Glazing Bacon, Ko Kashibo. I'm a little nervous. There are some moves that happened today before I jumped on live, so I wanted to start with the things. I guess this would have been around 11 a.m. What's up, Steven Z? Shams is saying free agent forward Zaire Williams intend to sign a 2-year, $12 million deal to return to the Brooklyn Nets. Let's actually make this a little bigger. Maybe a little girthier. There we go. Make it a little easier for me to read, a little easier for you guys to read. Jet it out, good evening. Shams did say there's going to be a big move that makes the Luka trade look not that bit. What? Beyond the box, good evening. There's not going to be a trade bigger than the Luka Doncic trade. No way. Duke Clutch Corey, what's going on? Hard domination. Yes, DeAndre Ayton's in free agency. I think it's officially been bought out by Portland. Some of you said, TSR, why wasn't he in the video today? Don't you want him? I have not heard good things the last few years about his, I guess, attitude. I guess the best way to put it. I've seen some videos you guys have sent with his lack of effort on plays. And if anybody has any type of character questions, that's not what I want with the young locker room. I want a leader, not somebody who might be putting nonsense in their ears, if you will. Sign Luke Kennard. Safe space, that would be fine. Gervin, good evening to you. Vintage free agency. Gershon Yabusele is one I'd really like. He doesn't fill the need of a big. I mean, he's big, isn't he? He's like 6'8", 260. He's a big dude. But we really could use another 7-footer on the team, which is why I was so upset draft night when we traded the second-round pick before the draft even started. And then somebody I would have liked that apparently the Spurs didn't, Maxime Reyna, was available as 38, which would have been our second-round pick the next day, and we didn't have it. I'm trying to cook. Arno, good evening to you. Yes, actually, we're going to get to that. So let's move up. Good point. Joshua, good evening. All right, so there's some news about Zaire Williams. The Utah Jazz waiting for Johnny Zuzang. I don't remember who that is. Best of luck to you, Johnny. Is that him right there? Nope. Guard Colin Kalispi intends to sign a guaranteed 1-year contract with the Suns. Recognize the name. I couldn't tell you anything about him. Joe Ingles, staying with the Timberwolves, intends to sign a 1-year deal for $3.6 million. Okay. Didn't he miss some time last year due to injury? So I, ironically enough, talked about him in the video earlier today. And Day'Ron Sharpe is intends to sign a 2-year, $12 million deal to return to the Brooklyn Nets. So he's probably out of the question. What's up, Jacob? What's going on? Boban retired? Wow. I don't know if we can afford Yabusele and Cornet. We got breaking news. Nicholas Batum. Free agent forward Nicholas Batum intends to sign a 2-year, $11.5 million deal to return to the Clippers. Aren't they giving James Harden like 2 years, 85 or 88, but whatever it is? I'm like, a lot of these guys that are north of 35 and clearly past their prime and still getting these huge, massive contracts, like, you're not winning with them now. What's going to make you think you're going to win next year? LeBron James. What's his new contract? Like $52 million? Yes, Sersky, what's going on? I think we have like $20 million, but there's the mid-level exception. There's a whole lot of rules with the CBA, and somebody said that we likely can't sign both, or maybe we can. I don't know. 2 years, 81.5. So yes, Arno, so free agency discussions start tonight. You can start negotiating with players. So that's why you're going to see intends to sign. You're going to see a lot of that stuff tonight and over the next few days. You can't actually sign the dotted line, I think, until this coming Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. I know you're a Spurs fan. How do you feel about the Lonzo trade? I think you guys made out. I think you did well. Stingray X Factor, what's going on? Well, this is Sham. No, Sham's over there on the far left. I'm not covering him up. I just moved myself up because the subscribe thing is right underneath me, and it would have been blocking part of me, and we don't want to block my pretty face. All right, this is the news I want to get to. Jordan Clarkson is finalizing a contract buyout with the Utah Jazz. This is 3 hours ago. I was very surprised at this. Sources tell ESPN Clarkson will target contending teams for his new home, with interest from multiple playoff teams already expected. It is a fire sale in Utah. A huge fire sale. Three Beards, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. You guys could hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. I don't have my thumbs up thingy. I got a couple of normal things. Got the intro. If there's a bad thing, we got Kawhi ready. We got the Suck It. We got the Chuck. The Medicare guys, what's going on? Kings arrange meetings with Russell Westbrook, Dennis Schroeder, looking to acquire both players. Good evening, Olivia. Blazing, what's going on? This is going to be a wild, I think it's going to be a wild offseason. This is Jordan Clarkson news again. Mike Brown will have a second meeting with the New York Knicks for their head coaching job and has emerged as a strong candidate. That's right, the Knicks don't have a coach yet. We are here. Yodi's here. Mikey's here. And Headband Grogu also here. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Fire sale. Yeah, now that Ace Barrel reported, everybody wants to get the heck out of there. Olivia, we have about 20 million. If we don't sign a big, then there's got to be a trade. And I look at our roster, and you know the first trade target seems to be Dub Massell, mostly because of his contract. There's always a chance Keldon Johnson get traded this offseason. I know some other teams want Jeremy Sohan. I don't think the Spurs are in any way, shape, form willing to trade Jeremy at this point. It's going to be tough. I think we're going to see a lot of roster turnover. Mamu might go back overseas and play over there. We're going to see some players that you like that have been here for 3 or 4 years go. We have to remember that while we want our team to win, we want the guys that we drafted. This is a business. In the end, you're hopefully trying to win. And because we have so many overlapping positions, especially with our wings, and so many guys that are the same height and do the same thing, some better than others, I think we're going to see a lot of change in this team over the next year. Keldon could be the trade asset, and I'm a Keldon guy. I have 2 of his jerseys. I liked him since his rookie season, but I also understand the Spurs decide he doesn't fit what they're doing moving forward. And if Keldon was to get traded, or Devin, or both, I will certainly root for them wherever they go. I probably won't root for their respective teams, but I'll be hoping they do well and maximize their potential. I don't want Ayton. I'll say probably all night. Great weekend. Brian, I did watch the UFC at Hooters Saturday night. It was a fantastic pay-per-view. What a really shocked Charles Oliveira got knocked out the way he did. On the other channel, we'll have a new comic book video up tomorrow. I went to the comic show at the American Legion in Enfield, Connecticut yesterday. Had a great time. I was there like 4 hours. Bought a decent amount of stuff. Got a couple not big books, but decent books. And had a lot of fun, so I'll have that up tomorrow. There you go, Joshua. Sohan I don't think he gets enough credit for being a really good defender. He has shut down some of the best guys in the Western Conference at times. We could have drafted Zach Edey last year, Blaze, and I know a lot of Spurs fans are not happy that he was there for the taking, and then we traded Dilly and immediately traded him. Now, I'm not 100% expert with the Twitters or the X's. If Shams posts something, will it show up automatically because I'm using a web page, or am I going to have to refresh it? What's up, Gabriel? Bobo? I have heard from you guys. I'm going to hit refresh and see if there's anything. No, nothing yet. Oh, that's actually pinned. So nothing new yet from Shams. I mean, it literally just started. If the rumors are true about Bobo being at the refresh, okay, thank you guys. If Bobo is lazy in any way, shape, or form, again, the size is obviously there. There is definitely some talent there, but I want somebody that's willing to put in a good work ethic. And Ayton concerns me with some things with Tim. Bobo concerns. Ben Simmons, obviously, huge concern. So those type of players, best of luck to you. Not in San Antonio. Cam Johnson injured. A little bit injury prone. So that's what's holding me up on Cam Johnson. The Nets drafted 5 players. Are they going to have a fire sale? Leroy, good evening. Well, thank you. Yeah, we're going to do something. We're doing something a little different here. And thank you, Down South Sports. J Money says CP3 decided between Clippers and Suns. I did not think Chris Paul was coming back. There's 0% chance if Chris Paul came back, he would start. My goodness, I hope there would be 0% chance Chris Paul would start. That's not throwing shade at him, but we brought in De'Aaron Fox. Stefan Castles is the reigning Rookie of the Year. Just drafted Dylan Harper. If they started CP3 over one of those young bucks, then I'd be like, what are you doing, Spurs? That's not going to happen. Yeah, David, I'm right there with you. Don't tell it yet. Oh, Shaq. Are you going to be watching the fan? Brian, I'm not loving it. I'm not digging what I'm seeing in the Fantastic Four movie. The first one was okay. The second one, I liked Silver Surfer, and I want to say his voice was done by Lawrence Fishburne. And I thought the Silver Surfer character was okay, but the rest of the movie did not enjoy. That Silver Surfer movie from whenever it came out, the most recent one from 10 years ago, I did not like that at all. I've seen it once, that was enough. Reds, go Spurs, go to you. Maybe Victor can transform Bobo with... That is wishful thinking. My God, guys, we really need a big. It's weird that we've gotten to the point where I don't want to say we're desperate, but doesn't it feel like the Spurs there might be a little desperation here? I'm not saying the team is being desperate, but I'm feeling a sense of urgency might be better. When you look at the roster last year, when the season started, we have Victor Wembanyama, Zach Collins, and Charles Bassey. Wemby, of course, got shut down due to injury. Zach Collins was traded, and then Charles Bassey couldn't stay healthy the second half of the season. So they brought in Bismack Biyombo, who was really the only center on the roster, and an undersized center at 6'9". Going into this season, the only really legit big on the roster that's under contract is Wemby. And I'm like, I know the game's changing. Brian Wright believes in positionless basketball. More teams are doing the small ball thing, but to be a successful small ball team, you're sacrificing defense for offense. And I don't know if we're there yet offensively. RQ3, what's going on? Spiz7221, thank you for someone. Thank you in at 12Q. Thank you for being, or Cow, thank you for being here. Kokoshibo, we know it made me. I dropped an F-bomb, which I don't do often on the channel, but yeah, you might see that happen once in a blue moon again. Once the Spurs make the playoffs, if we get knocked out, might get a little too passionate there. But you know that's who I am, and because the Spurs have been losing so much, that desire, not the desire not to win, but the fire that gets me over the level where sometimes I forget to center myself. It hasn't always been there, but I think we're going to be a playoff team this year, so it'll be there. I'll try to keep the swearing in check. Brian Wright, I don't know what B. Wright's doing. We need Ricky Lombardo Jam to get Spurs a big. I don't know if they're going to be doing much. Can Topic still in rookie? Yes. Micah Garcia. Chet Holmgren missed his first season with OKC. He was eligible for Rookie of the Year last year. The same thing will apply to Nikola Topic. Because he did not play, he'll be eligible. People generally don't change their character. I mean, sometimes. But they are. I don't know if they made a change yet. LJS 1668. Kai Soto tore his ACL in January. I don't think he's ready to go yet. Can you imagine Kai Soto and Dylan Harper being this crazy amount of Filipino fans the Spurs would get with both of them on the court? Cover your ears, baby Croker. He's right here, though. Michelob free agency has officially started. Players can't sign, though, until Sunday at, I want to say, 12 p.m. What's up, Pies on Cakes? I like Mamu. I don't think he's staying. He's got an offer, and I can't remember the team overseas, but from what I'm hearing from you guys, it's a great opportunity. And listen, he's not going to get minutes on this roster. At least I don't think he is. Track record would indicate he's not going to get many minutes, so I think Mamu's going overseas. Gabriel, yes, that's what I've heard. Bobo and Ayton are lazy players. I have. Topic has 0. Well, Fonsoin, yes, he's not going to get the minutes with OKC. Please, Shams. Well, the Dancing Bear can't sign with the Spurs tonight, but he could put in Gershon Yabusele tends to sign a $13 million contract with the Spurs, or $20 million or whatever. Bo Shuffler, no, nothing's happened as of yet. Apparently, I need to refresh Sham's Twitter because we're doing. Oh, we got breaking news. Breaking news from Shams. I hit the refresh right at the right moment. This is 10 seconds ago. What do we got? The Memphis Grizzlies and All-Star Jaren Jackson Jr. are expected to agree on a 5-year, $240 million max renegotiation and extension. Sources tell ESPN. Head of CAA basketball Austin Brown and CAA agent Max Sadam negotiated the new agreement with the Grizzlies. So for those of you that were saying get Jaren Jackson Jr., he's going to have a new contract, 5 years, $240 million. The Spurs absolutely cannot take on a contract like that. With De'Aaron Fox's big contract coming up, Wemby's rookie extension in 2 years, Castle's in 3 years. So congrats to Triple J. No way the Spurs he's coming to this roster. Mom in Greece, yes, that's it. Beavis, what's going on? $240 million, give me 1% upset for life. 4 pause, that's the market. I would not pay $5 million for 5-year, $240 million for Triple J. This is the market now. But when you put this much money into one player, and this is everybody's fault. This is the NBA. This is the players. This is everything. It's more than the NBA. It's gotten out of control. They're trying to correct it now at the CBA, but a lot of teams that have already signed these big contracts, like the Celtics, are doing a course correction. But when you have these guys with these big max contracts, it really limits what you can do with your roster. So my thought process is maybe put a little bit of a cap on these max contracts and maybe raise the league minimum up a little bit. Some of the other guys can get some more of that wealth. I don't think we're trading Fox, Matt. Media man, what's going on? Did you want Triple J? $10 million a year for Jaren Jackson Jr. Isn't he a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year? I know he's won at least one. I would say a player like this, 5 years, 150 seems more in line. My 2 cents. I'm not an expert on value of contracts, but 5 years, 240 seems pretty high. What's up, Marcus? Thank you for stopping in. Keep getting high. Fair enough. If I had won the Defensive Player of the Year, his contract would have been higher. He lost. Oh, did he? Mid-level talent NBA players should not be making more than top-tier NFL wide receivers. 4 pause, I can't argue with that. I'm a huge NFL fan. I mean, they literally put their lives on the line. I don't think anybody's passed away in an NFL game, but we saw the player a couple years ago for the Broncos. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Had a heart issue, fell on the field. But you know what? We have an NBA players pass away. Reggie Lewis, Celtics. But fatalities in either sport are few and far between. Serious injuries, however, we've seen, unfortunately, more than often than not, players paralyzed in the NFL. We've seen players with compound fractures. There's really nasty injuries. I don't know. I think that's an overpaying Jaren Jackson Jr. The Memphis Grizzlies obviously did not because they agreed to it. If Porzingis and Dancing Bear were on the Spurs, so Kristaps Porzingis, don't like his injury history. Talented player, one of those guys that just has trouble staying on the court. I think he is going to help Atlanta when he plays, which hurts the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs have a pick swap with the Atlanta Hawks next year, and then our only first-round pick is the Hawks pick in 2027. We traded our pick as part of the De'Aaron Fox trade. I think we traded our pick and kept the Hawks pick. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Hawks are going to be a playoff team the next 2 years. The Celtics are blowing it up. Jason Tatum's out for the year. You got a lot of question marks. The Indiana Pacers, no Tyrese Halliburton. They're going to take a step back without him. I think the Hawks are going to be a top 6 team. Rumor has I've heard of an unknown, some sort of virus, disease, whatever with Kristaps. I don't want to start assuming that's what it is. I can refresh. Thank you, Bo. Yes, thank you guys. If you see news, please tell me to hit refresh because that's going to help me out exponentially. So we got breaking news. Nope, same news. I saw 4 minutes. All right. But thank you for the reminder. Still Jaren Jackson Jr. Hey, congratulations to him. You know, one thing we got to remember with these contracts, if you say, hey, it's overpriced, it ain't worth it. If an NBA team says, hey, I don't know, tax Brazilian Ghost, we're going to offer you $240 million or 5 years. Are you going to say, yeah, hey, man, I don't really think I'm worth that much. Take it 5 years, 150. You're going to be like, all right. You know, like as somebody that loves comic books, when I go to buy a comic book, if somebody gives me a bigger discount than I expected, like last week I had a $50 discount at a store that I go to often, and he knocked a lot more off than I planned, and I was like, okay. And the reverse is true. If somebody's offering you money to play a kid's game, and it's substantial money, you ain't going to renegotiate his contract lower. Refresh new. Oh, okay, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got some new news from Shams. What's happening? Nope, same news. Oh, no. We do have some new news. Thank you, guys. All right, this is Santi Aldama from the Grizzlies. Restricted free agent Santi Aldama has agreed to a... some of you guys wanted him. Agreed to a 3-year, $52.5 million deal to return to the Memphis Grizzlies. Sources tell ESPN, Austin Brown, Stephen Heumann, and Max Soderman finalized the deal with the Grizzlies for Aldama, who had a career year last season. Some of you guys said, can we get Santi Aldama? Can we, TSR? Can we? The answer is no. Yeah, Kokoshibo, I think I remember you, well, I don't remember. I know a lot of people said, could we get Santi Aldama? The answer is no. The Spurs going to make any big moves? Let's get a good luck boot from Yodi. Yodi, the camera's kind of... Oh, there you go. You're going to have to jump a little bit. Boop! There you go. Yes, $17 million here, Blazing Bacon. Just over $17 million here. That comes out to 17.5, right? 51. Yeah, 17.5. Please give 2% of a last contract to Kokoshibo. Carlos Eyeball Jeter. You know, I'm going to jump over here real quick. Oh my gosh, what just happened? I don't have my thumbs up thing. I'm going to grab it real quick. Editing on the fly. I have no idea where I have thumbs up wise, but if you guys could hit the thumbs up, it does help the channel. Maybe get some new Spurs in here tonight. New Spurs fans, excuse me. Oh. Alrighty. Rich, how do we have such little money to spend when we pay like... you know, I thought we would have more Kokoshibo, but it adds up quick. You have Barnes on a $19 million contract, Vassell on a $27 million contract, Kelvin on 17, Fox is going to be 32 this season, Wemby's like 13, Castle's 10, Barnes is 19. It adds up really quick. We're not paying any of the big, huge 40 to 50, but we got a lot in the teens and in the 20s and 30s. TSR, what do you think of this future lineup? Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Carter Bryant, Jeremy Soin, and Wemby. So my biggest concern looking at that lineup is size immediately. You got 6'4.5", 6'6", 6'6.5", 6'8", and then 7'6". So it's maybe slightly undersized. But if you're going to go with a smallish lineup like that, you really need to have some three-point shooting. And out of the three out of the 5 guys there have huge question marks on whether they're going to be able to be at least average three-point shooters in the NBA. Harper, he's going to be a rookie, so we don't know for sure yet. Castle was not good from 3 last year, and Sohan has yet to prove he's good from 3. So defensively, I think that lineup is pretty damn good. You've got 4 guys that should all be good defenders or great defenders within the next few years. Wemby already there, Sohan pretty much there. Carter, rookie, we don't know. Castle, I'm hoping he becomes one of the best defenders on the team. So defensively, I think that's stacked. Maybe a little smallish, but offensively, do we have guys? Is the floor spacing going to be an absolute nightmare for Wemby? I think the Spurs will extend to Sohan. I do. Bobby February, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. Cheers. What's up, Brian? Thank you for stopping in. I'll take the Dancing Bear and Cornet. A lot of folks say let's get them both. You don't think we extend? Sohan until after the season. Jerry L. Go Spurs, go to you. Wemby just signed a 5. Gabriel, he did not. And that would kill the team. Center Pineapple, Arno. If Wemby was an injured defensive player of the year, for sure, no doubt. What's up, We Mats of Football? Thank you for stopping in. I think the Lakers go after DeAndre Ayton. You guys are asking a lot about him. I think he goes to the Lakers. Oh, Carlos, I'll have a new comics video tomorrow. Speak of the devil, the other channel, which I'm having a lot of fun with. Some of you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm really hoping to get that to 1,000. We have 2 goals for YouTube. 30,000 by the end. 35,000 by the end of the year for this channel. That's going to be tough because growth is very slow in the summer because I'm not doing a lot of content. If the Spurs are successful, that could really help the channel, but I'm hoping 35,000 for this channel and 1,000 for the other channel. No. Well, a $500 million contract is coming sooner than I expect, yes. Gabriel, I've never done omnibuses. I'm very familiar with them, but I'm more of the, the traditional 16 or 24 page comic or 32 or whatever, depending on the era. Ayton soft as baby poop. Okay. John Smith, the other channel is, you know what, I actually will grab the link for you. It's a comic book channel it's primarily, the newest content's comic books. My non-sports music, once I get my studio up and running, is going to be on that channel. I don't want to put anything that's not music. I just don't want to do that on this channel. The old Stuck in the 80s channel stuff's on there. That's 80s film reviews. Me and Miss TSR actually pretty shortly have thought about doing a... Oh, shoot. Could you see all that? I was hoping to keep the Twitter feed up. I'm getting the channel in the link. I just want to do a quick refresh on Shams. We do have some more news. Or maybe it's all the same news. Nope, it's Jerry Jackson news. Okay, nothing new. The Southdale numbers. Okay, nothing new with Shams as of yet. I'm having a blast with the second channel. I really am. I think if you guys are curious about TSR in any way, shape, or form, my hobbies outside of the Spurs and sports, there's a lot over there. Spurs must be NBA champions this year. I mean, I'm all for it. I don't see it happening. Carlos, we're doing at least 4 videos a week, plus usually a short on Thursday. So Monday is Stuck in the 80s. Today was A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. Tomorrow will be part of the I Like Crap Comics playlist, because I collect Valiant comics and they're crappy. But I have some good comics too. I have some really good ones if you're really interested on the other channel. Wednesday is Whackbag Films, my prior independent film company, if you want to call it that. Thursday are usually shorts, and Friday is a music video. What me and Miss TSR are talking about, maybe we do a Stuck in the 80s revival, but it's live. We watch a bad 80s movie together, me and her, and we'll do a live reaction. We can't show the movie, but what I thought about doing is we put a time counter on the top of up on the channel that counts up. So if you actually want to watch it along, whether it's on Tubi, Amazon Prime, whatever it is, then maybe share a night together for an hour and a half, 2 hours, a few laughs. I don't know, just something to grow the channel, help the watch time. The watch time is going to be the hardest thing to get on that channel. Brian, thank you. Free agency off to a slow start, but it'll pick up. Al Harf would be a good backup for Wemby. He is 39. If he was 5 years younger, I'd probably be, but pushing 40. No. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. Movie night sounds good with me, Miss TSR, in the Couch Contingent, which is, all the plushies, in her plushies. Go Spurs, go. Do you St. Augustine? This is the big news so far. Jaren Jackson Jr., 5-year deal, $240 million. I like Hyena Peter. All right, so part of the second channel, Hyena Peterson is a spoof on Coyote Peterson from Brave Wilderness. There's 5 episodes up on the second channel. Miss TSR loves them. I think they're stupid. They're from like 12 years ago. That's a series I could bring back very easily. I haven't made any film for Whackbag Films since 2017, but never say never. Probably will do some new Stuck in the 80s episodes once those run out of the old ones. We'll see. I've seen Wemby putting on some weight on a scar. He's doing it right. He's gaining weight slowly. I was talking to Miss TSR, and she said Caitlin Clark put a lot of weight on over the offseason, a lot of muscle, and she thinks that's maybe what's contributing to her injuries. And I said to her, she's like, I wish there was more platforms or women's basketball got more exposure. And I was like, if only you had a platform where you could talk about it. I offered her own women's basketball playlist. Probably not would really work right now at this moment, but if we live together at some point in the future, do you guys think that'd be cool? She would obviously cover the big names in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, Paige Becker, because she's a UConn fan, Angel Reese. There's a lot to talk about there with her trademarking knee-bounds and her on-court or off-court personality. There's the Unrivaled League, which she really loved, which maybe people don't know about, but I don't know if she would want to do content. Maybe she would do shorts. I see a super chat. Marcelo Nieves, fellow Spurs Giants fans, let's get big for KJ in seconds. $2 super chat. Thank you very much. I'd hate to see Kelman go, but man. What's up, Jay Cruz? Thank you for stopping in. Dorian Finney-Smith is going to sign with the Rockets. I heard that. I hope not, because the Lakers still need him. Carlos, I think the Lakers are getting DeAndre Ayton. TSR, have you and Miss TSR ever thought about doing first-time reactions for... Yes! Anthony, I just mentioned that. On the second channel, doing live watch-alongs for really bad movies. We obviously would not be able to show the films on screen and have to be, keep the sound off the channel, but we talked about it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. We're getting close to 100 thumbs up, my friends. If you haven't done so, please hit the thumbs up. Fast, be fun, nutritious, and delicious. And Pop, what's it look like? I'm a dummy. I just refreshed the YouTube page. I wanted to refresh Sham's Twitter feed. Oh, boy. Now I just went back. Maul ate up. All right, any news? Oh, Dorian Finney-Smith news. You guys just mentioned him. Breaking news. All right. Free agent Dorian Finney-Smith has agreed to a 4-year, $53 million deal with the Houston Rockets. Sources tell ESPN. Finney-Smith's agent, Michael Tellem, negotiated terms of the deal tonight with Rockets executives for the 3-and-D wing. Dorian Finney-Smith to the Rockets. Okay. The Rockets really feel like they're making a move to win now, aren't they? Like, win now. They're bringing in Kevin Durant, Dorian Finney-Smith. Are the Rockets the best team in the Western Conference? They've got some really good talent. I mean, I tell you guys, I think our Spurs are going to be really good, and Wemby's going to be the irresistible force and the immovable object. But the Thunder are the defending NBA champions, and the Rockets are making some big moves. Now, granted, Kevin Durant's getting older. Who knows if he can play the whole season, but they're doing some moves. Butterfly, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. Houston has been cooking, and they are stacked, and their defense is nasty. I mean, guys, you want to hear something funny? The video I did yesterday about the Spurs not drafting height, do you realize TSR is around the same height as a lot of our guys? Obviously not Wemby, Sohan, and some of the bigs, but a lot of our wings. Dylan Harper 6'4.5" without shoes. I'm 6'4" without shoes. Kelman 6'4 3/4. Blake Wesley is 6'3". Like, I'm like similar height to a lot of our guys. That's not a good thing. Rockets to deter the Thunder. $52 million to, yeah, Tony. You think so? I mean, Gabriel, let's be honest. If Tyrese Halliburton goes down, maybe the Thunder don't win the NBA championship, but we can't take anything away from them. Just like when the Raptors won the championship a few years back, Kevin Durant was out, Klay Thompson was out. Did the Golden State Warriors win that if they're healthy? Yes, probably. But you know what? Part of winning is staying healthy and having all your players on the court, and the Warriors got hit with injuries at the wrong time. The Pacers benefited by from some injuries getting to the finals. So, unfortunately, you know, they did a 180 and they got hit with the injury bug at the worst time, Game 7 NBA Finals. But you know, Thunder won. Whatever you want to say. Just like the Lakers bubble championship, I'm not putting an asterisk on it. It counts. Everybody had a chance to win a title that year. If the Spurs pulled off a miracle and won that bubble championship in 2020, we'd all be saying we got 6 titles. We would. Paul Ray 2-year, 11 back to the Pistons. Oh, suit up TSR. Yeah, right. I'm right in the wheelhouse that Brian Wright likes. I'm 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan. Put me on the court, B-dubs. All right, there's the Dorian Finney-Smith news. All right, free agent center forward Paul Reed, a.k.a. One Ball Paul. Oh, a.k.a. B-Ball Paul, has agreed to a 2-year, $11 million deal to return to Detroit basketball. Sources tell ESPN. Reed played a versatile role for the Pistons front court, and the team and his agent, Ron Shade. Your agent, last name, is Shade. No. Nope. Nope. Yes, Son of Scar. There you go. Our first chip was an abbreviated season. It was 50 games. It was a strike-shortened season. I'm counting it. Isn't 6'4" the standard height for a center? Yeah. So can I say I'm 6'5" then? The NBA height, 6'5" with shoes, right? That's fun. Fair Pies. I'd re-sign McDormand to prove what's going on. Oh, Lonnie Walker got waived. Oh, Lonnie. He was with the 76ers, right? They just drafted VJ Edgecombe. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I talked about in today's video. Who? Update refresh? Who did I talk about? Oh, Paul Reed. Yes, sorry. So the news is starting us. This is kind of fun. I've never done this before with you guys. Oh, the Memphis Grizzlies and guard Cam Spencer have agreed to a 2-year, $4.5 million fully guaranteed contract. Sources tell ESPN. Mark Bartelstein and Ross Arroyo finalized the deal with Memphis execs after Spencer had flashes of strong play as a two-way rookie. Congratulations, Cam Spencer. $4.5 million. TSR is done working. That's set for life type of money. Anything else? This is the Finney Smith news. We knew about that. That's a good move by the Rockets. Lakers definitely can use him. B-Ball Paul. All right, so we're up to date on the news. Thank you guys for telling me on the refresh. I truly appreciate that. That is really helping make this, easier and keeping me on top of the news so I can share the news with you guys. Memphis is busy. How do I feel about moving Keldon for a backup big? I like Keldon Johnson. He's one of my favorite Spurs. I have 2 of his jerseys. If the Spurs moved Keldon and some draft capital for somebody that's going to really help the team, I'd be very sad to see him go. But I would get it and would wish him well, and certainly would root for him and wherever team he goes to. Same thing with Devin Vassell. I might be on the Devin Vassell's. Didn't live up to his contract train from last season. But if he was traded, I would wish him well. I'd be like, good luck to you, man. It was fun watching you. Sorry it didn't work out. If Charles Bassey hasn't come out, he was one of my favorite shot blockers in the NBA because he didn't just block your shot. He sent it into the stands. But I totally get if the Spurs move on from him. He can't stay healthy. There's a guy who has to update the rosters in Toucan. I know he's tired. DJ Golan, TSR stands for the sports reaction. What's up, sup? Thank you for stopping in. And if anybody's new here and you are a Spurs fan, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We went live for every game last season. Did not miss one. Summer League, preseason, regular season. We'll be live for all the Summer League, all 4 games. So check out Dylan Harper. Actually, there's a playoffs too. Maybe it'll be 5 or 6. But, yeah, what was I going to say? Shoot. Totally lost my train of thought. Oh, TSR is a sports reaction. This channel originally started as a sports reaction. People kept calling me TSR, so finally I called it TSR Sports. Carlos, I'm right there with you. I don't like him either. Cam Spencer was with UConn. That's why I recognize his name. I saw the name and I was like, why do I know the name? Why do I know the name? Why do I know the name? Spider Monkey, I'm partial to Gershon Yabusele. I'd rather move Devin than Keldon. Now, Laydog, I agree with you there, mostly because of contract. Two reasons. As far as players on the court, they get their points differently. They both have their issues on the defensive side of the ball. They're both similarly sized. But if I had to pick one, I'm taking Keldon, not just because I like him as he's one of my favorite Spurs the last half decade. $10 million less a year. I don't know Devin's community activity, but I see a lot more of that with Keldon in the news. That's not to say Devin doesn't do it. Maybe I just don't see it. But it seems like Keldon's giving back to the community more, so I figure smaller contract, giving more back to San Antonio. That would be the move. V3 Rug, what's going on? No TD. T-Double316, awesome 316 says, I live in Connecticut. I grew up in Massachusetts, lived in Virginia for a decade, back to New England and Connecticut right now. Grew up in a New York household, Giants and Yankees. Nobody was an NBA fan. I discovered Mr. Robinson halfway through his rookie season. Spurs fan since for the last 35 years. Spurs signed Luke Cornet to lead Castle and Harper. No, don't do that. Let's hit a refresh. I haven't seen somebody put refresh in the chat, so is nothing happening as of lately? We know about the Jaren Jackson situation. Memphis Grizzlies and Cole Anthony's reps at XL Sports are working toward a resolution that allows Memphis to create the necessary cap space to renegotiate and extend Jaren Jackson Jr. while giving Anthony the opportunity to find his next destination. All right, so Cole Anthony, as expected, not going to be with the Grizzlies long term. Wait, we'll still... I don't know what you mean by that, Carlos, with the Keldon Johnson comment. Matt, I lived in Fredericksburg back in the day. Keldon owns a ranch outside San Antonio. Yes, Keldon seems very Spursy. What does the Giants song in your outro actually say? So, Carl, it's Go Spurs Go, 'cause the Giants stink. Because they have for the last decade. 'Cause the Giants stink. No Obi-Wang. No signing yet. Woj reporting we are signing Bobo. Spurs just signed Thanasis Antetokounmpo. You guys have got to be trolling. No way. Jay Cruz, no. Giannis does not make sense. the amount of capital and players we'd have to give up that would just deplete the roster. His massive contract plus Fox's contract plus Wemby's contract in 3 years would put us in the Celtics situation where we'd be way over the cap, way over the luxury tax, way over the first and second apron, and the Spurs would have to blow up the roster. Eagles and Spurs fan living in San Antonio. Nice. Hey, Rich, go Yankees, Giants, and Spurs. There you go. Nice card vibe. I thought it was Curse the Giants team. No. What's up, Bart? Thank you for stopping in. Are the Suns getting Chris Paul? Oh, Kyle. I'm sorry. Yeah. I forgot that was you under that name. All right, what do we got going on? Anything new? Nothing new. All right. News has slowed just a bit. A wee bit. Spurs just signed the Dancing Cub. Who's that? Like a miniature Yabusele? Rich, I want more than 55 wins. All right, listen. I want the Spurs to do well. I do. But 55 seems really high. Really, really high. You know, I had a comment from somebody earlier, new to the channel. I don't think they're ever going to come back. And he said, what's your problem? Like, because I've been critical some of the decisions the last week. He's like, all the other YouTube content creators are really happy, and you're just like, blah, blah. I'm like, there's a very small amount of us that have been here for all 6 years of the losing. I am one of them. So I want the team to win now. There's a lot of Spurs content creators that have come up in the last 6 to 12 months that haven't gone through the the 16-game losing streak 2 years ago, the 18-game losing streak. I want the team to turn things around. So I'm going to be critical of moves I don't like, but I'm also not going to BS stuff. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's all lollipops and rainbows and things are great. If the Spurs make a move I don't agree with, I'm going to call them out. That's why a lot of you like the channel. Like, you're like TSR, you call the Spurs out. Like the 38th pick. All right, you wanted to trade the second-round pick? Okay. But why are you trading it before the draft even starts? Maybe wait till you get close to your pick, and if you don't see anybody you like, you get a trade going. Or if there's a player there that you could use or like, then you draft the player. I hated that move. I didn't like the Dilling move last year. I didn't want Rob Dillingham on the team. It didn't make sense after drafting Castle. I know the 8th pick was part of the Fox trade, but we had enough picks we could have worked with something else there. I've liked some of Brian Wright's moves, and I've absolutely hated some others. I try to keep it real. To be honest, a lot of us are not used to losing so much. Yeah. I would have, Carlos, I am shocked LeBron took the $52 million. Not because he doesn't deserve it, not because he hasn't earned it what he's done, but doesn't he want to win one more ring? I know he recently did on the podcast with Steve Nash, rings, this, that, and the other, even though he contributed to the ring thing going to Miami with the not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, blah, 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 blah. But don't you want to win one more before you go out? Or is it just all stats and money for him? Because he is really handcuffing the Lakers with his contract to be able to put together a competitive team, because Luka's getting paid too. A lot of people say Bobo. I haven't heard great things. LeBron deserves $100 million a year. 50% tax, is that the issue? Spurs play on Saturday. Not this Saturday. The following Saturday? Definitely not this Saturday. LBJ's, yeah, I think LeBron, he's already in top 10 points, rebounds, and assists, isn't he? Brian Wright can't hit the Tony Parkers or Ginobili's. Well, the first round picks for B-Dubs haven't been all home runs. Look at Brian Wright's draft record. I'm not going to count the second round because the second round's such a... It's a gamble. Most times you're going to lose. Devin Vassell, was it a good pick? At this moment in time, I would not argue with you if you questioned it. I can't really say for sure if it was good or bad now at this point. He's had some injury issues. He's been inconsistent. His contract right now is more than his play was last season. So right now it's a question mark, but I would lean toward maybe that wasn't the best pick. The following year was Joshua Primo. That's an F- all the way. I know there was the off-court issues that got him off the Spurs, but clearly the talent wasn't there because he's had a couple other opportunities and nothing has happened with it. He might be out of the NBA permanently at this point. Following year, Jeremy Sohan, I think that's going to be a good one. I'm hoping it will be, but there's still a question mark there. There's a question mark by a lot of Spurs fans. And the Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley might not even be Spurs next season. After that, Victor Wembanyama was obvious. The following year, he did take Stephon Castle. I'll give him credit for that. He could have taken another player at 4, but then the 8th pick, sending away Rob Dillingham. Maybe we could have drafted a big. A lot of you said Zach Edey. I'll take Zach Edey over Center Sohan as a backup big. That's for darn sure. And then this year, best player available. That was a no-brainer. The Carter Bryant pick, I hope it is as good as his potential is. Because we have had a lot of players in this channel's history that have had potential and then nothing ever came about with it. And they're going to keep Sohan. We did miss out on Şengün for Primo, but if we draft Şengün, maybe we don't get Wemby in 2023. So half a dozen one, 6 in the other. Spurs are not sending anyone or trading. Well, I don't think there'll be any trades tonight, Steven. But I'd like to see the Spurs do something. Tyrese Halliburton immediately after Dennis. So now I will defend that one for pause, only for this reason. Bo says refresh. I'm not the biggest Brian Wright supporter, but I'm not a hater either. I understand why he did not pick Tyrese Halliburton, because DeJounte Murray was expected at that moment in time to be our point guard of the future. What do we got? We got a Sacramento Kings player. Yeah, we got a couple things. All right, Cole Anthony, we know about this. They're trying to, he's gone. What's going on with the Kings here? Free agent forward Jake LaRavia has agreed to a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. Sources tell ESPN LaRavia had a strong finish after joining the Kings last season. So Jake LaRavia has agreed to a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Lakers. Jetted out with the $5 super chat says, TSR, they don't understand your reaction is normal. For us longtime diehard Spurs fans, most of those other guys are bandwagons. They have no Spurs culture. Wow. I don't want to knock any other fans jetted out. I think what's probably happening is there's a lot of new Spurs fans over the last year because there's a gateway to the Spurs. Much like David Robinson made me a Spurs fan, Victor Wembanyama is making a whole new slew of Spurs fans. So when they come in, they're not, and they see me like, maybe questioning things or not happy about things. Like, what's wrong with this guy? We're great. But if you've only been a fan for a year, then you don't understand the legacy and the standard this franchise has had. Starting with David Robinson, the nice winning seasons, but unfortunately limited playoff success with Mr. Robinson. He gets hurt in 96-97. We have the worst season ever, winning 20 games. And then dynasty, boom. Tim Duncan. With Mr. Robinson, the Twin Towers. Then the torch is passed. David to Manu and Timmy. Or not Manu and Tony. The big 3. Win 4 more championships. Well, 3 without Mr. Robinson. Then Kawhi comes in. And then the wheels fall off when Kawhi is traded. And then 6 losing seasons in a row. The worst losing streaks in franchise history. We're not used to that if you've been here long enough. If you're new, then you might not understand how much losing really rubs us the wrong way. Like, what are they so upset for? We are being dramatic. Like, I love the team. And I want to see them get back to what they were. One of the best teams in the NBA. That's Butterfly. You're 100% right. Samanic and Primo are all-stars in China. What? No way. All right, Ernesto, if we just sign Biyombo and Bassi, that is not going to do it. Charles can't stay healthy. We've got to move on from him. I don't like saying that about any player, unless there's off the courts shenanigans that then you have to move on because there's legal issues, whatever. But Bassi can't stay healthy. I'm not opposed to bringing Biyombo back. Props to him for coming off the street last year and doing an admirable job as a starter. Just out of nowhere, here he is a Spur. If he comes back as a third center, sure. But we need somebody that can play the 5 off the bench on a regular basis. Because we've seen it time in and time out. When Wemby came out of the game, no rim protection. Teams were getting the paint, scoring at will, getting even more offensive rebounds. We need a legit 6'11", 7-foot guy out there. I like Abbaselli. He doesn't completely solve that problem. Can we get 2 guys in free agency? Can we make a trade? I don't know. Thank you. Cersei says, hit that like button. Spurs can't stay put like they normally do. And Wemby, we don't know his career. And I'm not trying to be, superstitious, but a player that is now, what, 7'6", 7'7", they're not the type of players that are going to play 20 years like a LeBron James, like a Tim Duncan. Their careers are usually less than 10 years. Wemby takes care of himself. I'm hoping he can have at least a 12 to 15-year career. All right, no news there. That's still Jake LaRavia. All right, that's our last breaking news. Thank you, Shams. Appreciate you. Thank you, Show Enough. Turtle Power. Vucevic from the Spurs. I don't know if we're going to... It might be too expensive. Jakob Poeltl back. He's, what, 30, 31? If we could get him on the cheap, I wouldn't be opposed to it. How out of left field do you think the signings are going to be? Sloth, Capybara Sloth, they haven't been weird yet. I thought the Jaren Jackson Jr. contract was a little on the big side, but teams are willing to pay it, so be it. Reyno is so slow, he's get picked apart in the pick and roll where he gets switched down the guard. I mean, then, hey, maybe the Spurs saw he was a poor defender. I would have really liked Rasheer Fleming. If we could have moved up to 31 and grabbed Rasheer, that would have been great. Frank X Ash 1987 with the $2 super chat. We need to be active in this free agency. Yes, we need to do something. Thank you very much. Carlos Jeter with the emoji guy. Are you drooling? What is that? Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate it. Spurs are never, I don't know about never, but not limited. What contributed to Yao's foot injuries were, yes, for pause. He was heavy, and thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Dude, come down to San Antonio, let some seats and drink some beers and watch the Spurs. So, T-Devil, I'm going to come down on the San Antonio at some point. The thing that concerns me with coming to San Antonio is, what if I came last season? What if I came in March? Late March. No Wemby, no De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, I would have been rooting for Castle and the other guys, but it's not cheap to come to San Antonio. My last Spurs trip cost $2,000. That was for everything. Flight, hotel, rent a car, the 2 tickets to the game. I went to see 2 games, and food and whatnot, but I'd be really worried about going there and not seeing, Wemby or somebody just out for the game or both games. I obviously would line it up to go to both games. Nathaniel with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Come to Austin. I've never been to Austin, Butterfly. I was going to go when I was in Texas a couple years ago, and then I found out, well, I knew Texas was a big state. I didn't know Austin was like a 2-hour drive from where I was staying. I don't think I had a breakfast taco. Down South Sports, I don't think I can make the opener. Wait, that Drew face wasn't you? Oh, did I miss up to who read it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to Carlos. I'm so used to you doing emojis that I thought that was you. Excuse me, GC3, thank you for the $1 super chat. My apologies. Whenever I see a sticker, Carlos Jeter has been the sticker master on this channel, so I think I just assumed it was him. I am so sorry. Thank you for the drooly face. It did make me laugh. Found out Austin was weird. I don't remember if I got a breakfast taco. I don't think I did. I am in the Hartford area in Connecticut, Leroy. Central Connecticut, somewhere around there. I flew from Hawaii to San Antonio and Pop sat down. Timmy, Mono, Antonio. What? On the plane or in the airport? Spurs play this Saturday, Sunday, next two. That's not this Saturday. Yeah, Kyle, yes. I don't think the Spurs play Saturday, do they? I hope they don't. I was not ready to call games this weekend. I thought the summer league for the Spurs starts July 10th. At the California Classic. Oh, no. Spurs do play Saturday. That's July, what, 5th? I love Mexican food, by the way. It's in my top 3 for sure. Italian food, actually top 2, Italian and Mexican. Let me do a refresh here. Any news? Any news, Shams? We're still on Jake LaRavia? Wow, no news as of late. All right. What time is the game Saturday? I'm not ready for this. July 5th. So I've been looking at the Summer League schedule thinking we start the 10th. July, I got the Summer League schedule. We're not on there. Guys, I don't see us on there. I don't see the Spurs anywhere. What the hell's going on here? Why are we not on the Summer League schedule at all? We're not coming up anywhere. I'm so confused. Our first game is July 5th, but I'm looking at the Summer League schedule and there's nothing there. Wait, Harper's not playing in Summer League? 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon? I don't... Are they not televised? Oh, are they not televised? They're not... I'm looking at ESPN. I don't see the Spurs are on the schedule. Harper is playing. I don't see us listed anywhere here by ESPN. I could have sworn some of our games were are scheduled. It's on food. Is that on? I do have NBA TV. I don't have ESPN, but I could get ESPN for the games. 5th and 6th are okay. I do. All right, NBA TV. No, I don't do any illegal streams. Puda. I do it all legally. Nothing illegal here when it comes to that. I do have NBA TV this weekend. And please do not promote that stuff on the channel. That will get you timed out for 24 hours. Just putting that out there. That's not how we roll here. Do you? On NBA TV. All right. Well, this is okay. I'm gonna have to research this at some point. July 5th, NBA TV, ESPN2, July 6th. So we're playing the 5th, 6th, and 8th? What in the what? I don't know if I'll be able to call those games because I'm definitely calling Dylan Harper's debut. It's on NBA TV. I'm 100%, 100 million % not missing Dylan Harper's debut. I don't know if I'm going to call all Summer League this year. Interest in it really faded after the first few games last year. It's Summer League. It's nice out. You want to be outside, spending time with friends and family, etc. Rufus, we're definitely doing the first Summer League game. No doubt about that. I will do every preseason game, every Summer League game. No news since the Jacob. Wow. Come on, Champ. Well, it's not Champ's fault. He can't do anything about it. Thank you, Butterfly. I'm going to open that up right now. All right, Spurs Summer League roster. All right, there you go. July 5th, we're playing at Miami. July 6th at Golden State. July 8th at the Lakers. July 10th at Phil. Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, our first televised game's on ESPN on July 10th at Philly. So still, we're playing it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. NBA team and ESPN doesn't show the first 3 games are televised, but you guys are saying they're on NBA TV, so I will take your word on that. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you guys. I would have missed it this weekend. I hope Miss TSR is cool with that. I haven't talked to her about that. Nothing Spurs related, Arjon. Nothing. TSR, do you think we will get Cornet? Oh, Cornet. I said like Cornet. NBA team in July 5th is on the NBA web. It's on the website? It's not going to be on the app? Are we sure? I'll check the app. I don't see why it would not be on the app at all. You think Parker will be around the team more after he saw Parker? Oh, Tony? I don't know. Yes, Veronica, I like that. Get those likes up. Yeah. You know what happens when you don't hit the thumbs up? Chuck Norris comes to your house and does this. I'll obviously do a video tomorrow at 11 p.m., around 11 a.m.-ish. They've been going up lately. If the Spurs make any moves tonight and I'm not live, which I'm not staying live all night. 148, that's, hey, we'll get to 150 shortly. I know Miss TSR is watching. Maybe she messaged me about the... Oh, she's actually messaging me the schedule. So I have it in 2 places now. July 5th, the Miami Heat, 4:30 Eastern. What a weird time. It says it's on... It says TV, NBA TV. Brock, I hope we make some moves. Spurs attempted to trade Kellen Johnson to Cleveland? Really? So, Miss TSR, since you're watching, clearly, you okay with me doing a game on Saturday and Sunday afternoon? Sorry. But we're both off Friday, so we'll do something Friday together. Okay? Make sure of that. Carlos Jeter this time with the Super Chat says, every time I feel down, you bring me good vibes. Thank you. Carlos, you're welcome. Say hi to BFF for me. She's listening, Veronica. She's working, which is why she's not here today. Her job the last week of June is just always hell. So she's probably going to... She's working a lot, so she can't be here. Stinger X Factor, Miss TSR will be live for games this season. She enjoys the games. When I told her, or the video where I suggested the Spurs make a trade for Donovan Klingon, she said, A, she'd buy a jersey right away, but she'd be so invested in the Spurs if we had two former UConn guys. Right? A poet, do something! Trey Jones back to Chicago. Refresh? Oh, is it Trey Jones news? I see a refresh. Former San Antonio Spur, Trey Jones. What's going on? Free agent guard Trey Jones has agreed to a 3-year, $24 million deal. Whoops. I can't see what I'm doing. To return to the Chicago Bulls, sources tell ESPN Kevin Bradbury finalized a new deal with the Bulls official Sunday. Hey, good for him. I'm happy for him. Best luck to Trey Jones. Once a Spur, always a Spur. Was a starter for us 1 year. Was it Wemby's rookie year or the year before Wemby's rookie year he was a starter? Yeah, because last year was CP3. Didn't quite work out here, but you know what? As a second-round pick, he's kind of carved himself a little niche in the NBA. It was playing really well with the Bulls last year until he messed up his ankle near the end of the season, was having some of maybe the best basketball he's ever played. So Trey Jones, I'm happy for you. Good for him. Always seemed like a good dude here. Nothing bad to say about Trey. No Spurs news yet, Sin. Nothing. Absolutely nothing yet. I'm glad he's doing well, too. Headman Grogu, make something happen. Use the Force. Trey is like Patty Mills with no... Oh, refresh again. Mr. and Miss TSR still like each other. Yes, we still like each other. Oh, what's going on here with Dallas? What do we got, guys? Breaking news. Free agent guard D'Angelo Russell has agreed on a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. Sources tell ESPN. Wow. They reached a new contract after free agency. D'Angelo Russell, wasn't he... D'Angelo Russell was making a buttload more money than that at some point. Wasn't he making like $30 million at one point? Maybe 25? That's a pay cut, but that could be a really good move for Dallas if he can play like all-star D'Angelo Russell from, oh gosh, that was 6 years ago. He must, yeah, if he was an all-star, he must have had a bigger payday back in the day. I'm checking out, I don't know if you guys can actually see Basketball Reference. You can't. All right. D'Angelo Russell's highest salary season was, don't get me wrong, I would take his salary. Yeah, he was making $30 million a year at one point. Peaked out at 31 his first year with the Lakers, $17 million last year. Had a $18 million option with the, no, that's this the season. So $18 million this season, 17 last, 31 before. Wow. D'Angelo Russell. Chat is going nuts. Did something happen? Or is it my chat just catching up? What's going on here? So that's a pay cut, though. $6.5 million a year. Let me hit refresh on Sham's Twitter feed. Nope, same news. All right, that's a good move. That's $6.5 million for D'Angelo Russell. If he can be 60% of what he used to be when he was younger. Good move for Dallas. Mavs loaded when they're healthy. Yeah, when they get Kyrie Irving back, absolutely. It's 7 and 6 a year. Is that how they're doing it? Plus Cooper Flag. Good for them. Put the game on. I got him right here. Kyrie's replacement till the All-Star break? Yeah, probably. Oh, apparently you can see my mouse on the screen. It's weird. I don't know how I did that. Can we please get a big man right? The Mavs didn't. I would take a flyer on D'Angelo Russell over Chris Paul. And CP3 probably be more expensive. We paid CP3 10. Well, the Spurs paid him $10 million last year. This is 7 and 6. Breaking news: the Flying Bat will unofficially remain with the Spurs. Nice, Big Sean. Dem Birds, the Hawks have not done anything yet. You did have a good offseason. Really good, which, as a Spurs fan, it disappoints me because we have a pick swap with you next season and your first-round pick the following. They have not done anything in free agency, but they made the big trade for KP, drafted Asa Newell. You guys are trending in the right direction. Breaking: Manu is blocking the Bat contract. Refresh. Oh my gosh, things are heating up here. It is heating up. Thank you guys for the heads up on the refreshes. I truly appreciate it. Oh, we got some more breaking news. All right. The Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are trading Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected 2032 first-round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for Cam Johnson? MPJ and a first-round pick for Cam Johnson? Wow! No way! What? For Cam Johnson can't stay healthy. MPJ in a first round for Cam? Yo, what's up, Levi and friends? Is it salary? But why the first round pick? Holy moly, that is wow. Okay, that would throw me off. It's got to be a salary dump. All right. So I'm guessing the first round pick was to take on the salary. That I did not see the Nuggets move on from MPJ. I have not been following Denver. Some of you probably obviously have more than I have. Wow. I say the Nets won that trade but yeah. Who knows if Jokic, what he'll be in 2032, that's 7 years from now. He's a great player. Doesn't necessarily take his conditioning. I mean, granted, he plays a lot of minutes now, but trying to be really nice here. I'm not sure how well he's going to be playing in 2032. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, that was great. This is great for Brooklyn. Definitely a surprise for me. I did not see... what's going on, JHNSB? Long time no see. I didn't see Porter getting moved. I didn't even know he was up for trade, to be honest with you guys. Cam Johnson, I figured the Nets might move on from him. And they are both injury prone. Jax Quirty says, Jerome Grizzlies. What? Who? All right, well, congratulations to the Nets. I think that's a good pickup. There's got to be more to that trade because the salary. No, the salaries aren't close, but they don't have to match. I'm not an expert with the CBA, but somebody had mentioned TSR. They don't always have to match exactly. Can we get 200 likes, Veronica? I don't know. Can we? What are we at right now? I'm going to say, survey says 157. 169. I was in the club. We had a pretty good crowd tonight. I'm really thankful for that, you guys. I appreciate it. I saw them as TSR. I was like, I don't think we're going to have probably too many people watching. I don't know. Honestly, I was thinking maybe 30 viewers, maybe 40, and to see a crowd of over 400 tonight, thank you guys for hanging out. I really, really, really did not expect a turnout like this. I see refresh. Oh, we got some news. I'll have to do this every year. This is cool. All right, Shams, what do you got? Oh, I see Ty Jerome. Free agent guard Ty Jerome has agreed to a 3-year, $28 million deal with the Memphis Grizzlies with the player option in there. The Grizzlies are making some moves. Wow, they have been active. Ty Jerome, a solid three-point shooter from the Cavs, is he not? A player that I've seen some Spurs sites like Air Alamo or Piney Rock say we should go after, and there he is. Jetted out, I hope so. Refresh again? No way. Do we have more news? Apparently 7 o'clock's the time to go live. Okay, no, we got the... Okay, we got it. Whew, I was going to say. All right, so apparently following Shams tonight was the right call. Cam Johnson is a Denver Nugget, Jason. I'm guessing this is a Spurs focus page. Been a Spurs fan. Yes. TSR Sports is a sports channel. I do cover the NBA in general, not religious coverage like Six Rings of Steel. It's a channel I discovered a few months ago. Pretty cool dude. Or Srouse. I actually watched the Srouse channel probably more. I think Six Rings of Steel is more rebuilds. I think that's his job too, because there's no way I could do 4 videos or 5 videos a day like he does. But I don't do NBA content like that. I'm trying to dip in more with more generalized NBA content, especially like big stuff like the Kevin Durant trade, NBA free agency tonight. But the focus is on the San Antonio Spurs. I am a Spurs fan. I also do New York Giants shorts because I'm a Giants fan, unfortunately, and occasional New York Yankees shorts when I make time. I have been following Kai Soto since his journey started to try to make it to the NBA since 2022. And I'll continue to follow him when he gets back and healthy. Sorry, some of you are like, sorry, stop with the Kai Soto content. Just don't watch it. Yeah, Srouse is a madman. Yes, he is a madman. Absolutely. Do we have more news? I saw refresh. Okay, no, this is still the... okay, nothing. All right. There's been... I got to say, the biggest surprise of the night... Maybe the size of Triple J's Jr. with Memphis, and then the Michael Porter Jr. trade. Joshua, the Spurs have not done D. No. We've done nothing. 0. What's up, Marmalade? Thank you for stopping in. Landon P. 6630, the $2 super chat. What big man do you think the Spurs are targeting 6'10 and above? Luke Cornet, if we're talking 6'10 and above... 6'10 and above eliminates Gershon Yabusele. I haven't seen them linked to a lot of players. I don't think they're going to... Don't see them pursuing DeAndre. And he's 6'10 over, isn't he? How tall is Clint Capella, the Swiss bank? Is he 6'10? He's going to be a free agent? I think we only have $20 million of free cap space to stay under the first apron. I know, it adds up quick. So we need 3 players. We definitely need a big... We have one more two-way contract left, too. We brought back Harrison Ingram, Riley Minix. There hasn't been a ton of rumors on bigs we're pursuing. Luke Cornet's the only name that's really come up. Refresh. Oh, okay. We refreshing. Oh, all right. There's a Ty Jerome. Free agent card. Kevin Porter Jr. has agreed to a 2-year, $11 million deal to the return to the Milwaukee Bucks with a player option in 26-27. Sources tell ESPN. I'm not going to read who did the deal anymore. I was like, who? Nobody cares. All right. KPJ. So we got news on MPJ and KPJ tonight. All right. You know what's going to happen is refresh again. No. Thank you, Reaper. I appreciate that. If you're a Spurs fan, you haven't hit the subscribe button, would love to have you join the community. But I'm a straight shooter. It's not going to be all lollipops over here. If I don't like something the Spurs do, I'm going to give it to you straight. I've noticed lately with the channel growing, some people don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it like it is. The Spurs are sleeping. I'll be by the channel for the Dylan Harper. Yes, apparently that is this Saturday, so guess I'm going live Saturday for Dylan Harper's debut. And Carter Bryant. Let's not forget Carter Bryant. Oh, I heard from Miss TSR. She says, I'm okay with it, but I require lots of good movies and hanging out with the Couch Contingent to make it up to her. So I think we're going to watch some good movies. I offered to watch Nosferatu with her, and she is like, because it's on Amazon Prime now. If anybody hasn't seen Nosferatu, I heard it's good, so I'm going to check it out. Dylan going to average 22? I don't think there's enough. Jack, you've been here a long time. You have. What do you think about that 176ers forward to pair? That's Gershon Yabusele Reaper. That's the dancing bear. You played with Gershon in the Olympics last year in the French team. I would totally be fine with grabbing him. Absolutely. Breaking news. Ricardo Schwarzenegger is the greatest YouTuber ever. Hewitt, no apologies necessary. Thank you very much. As long as Spurs Focus, it's something I want to follow. Oh. All right. This is a Spurs Focus channel. During the season, we go live a ton for the games. Well, live for almost every game. Last season, we called every game. Do a lot of news updates, too. But, I guess I'm putting it out there because I've gotten criticized a little bit lately. I think it's more newer viewers that, hey, you shouldn't be criticizing any moves the Spurs do. And I was like, what kind of content creator and fan am I then? Man, if I never criticized anything the New York Giants did, I would have nothing to talk about the last decade because it's been one freaking disaster over there. Anyway, let's get some positive vibes. Carter Bryant, Dylan Harper debut this Saturday. Love it. Can we make a move? Spurs are looking at the WNBA free agents. Well, I think we mean more height, and I don't believe there's any players over 6'10 there. Is Brittany Griner the tallest WNBA player at 6'8? Really have no idea. Carter Bryant might be one of my favorite rookies from the interviews. Plus, he's got a great name. Vince Carter Kobe Bryant. Put them together. They're now eating the dessert. What? Who would TSR most want to trade away? Brian, it's not that I want to get rid of players. I don't. I might be critical of Dan Vassell because of his contract and the way he played last season. Malachi Brandon, Lake Wesley don't seem like they're going to be here long term just because we have a lot of guards now and wings. I would love for everybody to work out because if every player on this roster was killing it, we're a playoff team. But every player is not. It's not the case. If we can get the right player that takes us to the next level, then everybody's up for trades except for Victor Wembanyama, Jeremy Sohan. I'm putting Jeremy Sohan on the untradeable list. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant, because obviously we just drafted him. Those are my 5 untradables. As much as I like Kellman, everybody else, if we're being honest, could be tradable. Refresh. Alrighty. Tired of seeing Devin go 1 of 9 for 3. Well, the problem with Devin is one night he'll go 6 of 8, and the next night he'll go 1 of 9. You're like, oh, man. Bruce Brown Jr., all right. Free agent Bruce Brown Jr. has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Denver Nuggets. Sources tell ESPN the 2023 NBA champion for the Nuggets returns to Denver. I forgot he left. Nice headband. Nice headband. Respect the headband. They're already talking about the trade. This one is still my biggest surprise. Cam Johnson and Michael Porter Jr. I will say, for trades this year in the NBA, has this been one of the craziest trade years we've ever had, starting off with the Luka Doncic trade with the Lakers. The Desmond Bane trade had me kind of, with the Kevin Durant trade, and there's been crazy trades. His head looks like a Skittle. What? Mr. Nico, are both Giants and Spurs fans? I do cover the Giants. I only cover the Giants as shorts. That's just a niche I found I enjoy doing. Talking about the Giants in a minute or less, usually end-of-game reactions, big news. But it's become how I like covering the Giants, and I will try to watch every game that's televised and at least cover, do a short in the last few minutes. I'm really tired of them losing, much like the Spurs. But both my teams have been losers every year on this channel, except for one. When the Giants went, we go like 9-7-1 when we made the playoffs. That was Dable's first year. I don't remember the record, or 10-7, and they've been awful. My preferred lineup, Kokoshibo says, Fox, Harper, Castle, Bryant, Wet Bananas. That's a small lineup. I don't want to see Looney to the Pelicans. No. I talked about Looney today. That's D'Angelo Russell. There's K. No! Damn it! Free agent center Kevin Looney has agreed to a 2-year, $16 million deal with the New Orleans Pelicans, sources tell ESPN. The Pelicans reached a deal tonight for the 3-time NBA champion who departs Golden State after... We could have did that! That's my man Looney Tunes! Adrian, the problem is, what's our other option? This wasn't my main target, Looney, but if we don't get Yabusele or Cornet, this is the next option. He's off the board. I know he's a small ball center, 6'9", 7'4", 7'4" wingspan, but what do we got right now? It's Wemby. Wemby's the only center signed right now. And some of you will argue he's not a center. He's a stretch 4. We need bigs. This is another one gone. I really want to swear there. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to mute my microphone. All right, I'm back. If you can read lips, you know what I said. For $8 million a year, I would have liked Looney for $8 million. I hope you're I hope we're getting Yabusele. TSR, we have trade. Did you say fudge? Yes, I said fudge. TSR, we have great trade packages for center. I hope you're right, Adrian. I hope you're right. There's got to be a master plan. You're right. Brian Wright's got to be cooking something. You smell if the right is cooking? Nope. Yes, I said friend. Leo says patient. We've been patient for years. Well, there is that. It's been 6 years in a row of losing. So that is actually the funny part. Yeah, I don't know how long he's been a Spurs fan, but some Spurs fans are like, y'all. There you go. Y'all have zero patience. 6 losing years in a row. This isn't directed at you, but are you okay with the team losing? I want better for the team. I would have liked Looney. We didn't get him. I got my reaction out. I got it out of my system. Let's move on. But I am tired of the team losing. Poor Kellen has only been on the team as a losing team. We're proud Spurs fans. We want to see him be back to, where. Okay, is this pinned? Russell will have a player option in the seconds. Okay, so this is the D'Angelo Russell's move. 6 losing years in a row is not that bad after a great dynasty. Maybe that's why it feels worse, actually. You go from a dynasty, you go from a team that's a playoff team every year, 50 wins in a row, 18 years in a row, and you just become used to, and admittedly maybe take it for granted, greatness, right? You get used to it. And then when the wheels fall off, you have to hit the reset button, which the Spurs have not done in my lifetime. I'm not counting the year before we drafted Tim Duncan. That was an injury-plagued year. David Robinson only played 6 games. Sean Elliott missed a ton of games. So when you're in your first rebuild as a fan, it's hard to process sometimes. And then you see the 16-game losing streak 2 years ago, the 18-game losing streak, last year, not last season, but the previous season. It's something we're not accustomed to as Spurs fans. And I have said it before, I do think we're trending in the right direction. If some folks are new here, or if you don't watch all the videos, if you cut out after like 5 minutes, I generally end a lot of my videos with, I like the direction the team's going. We have something my New York Giants don't. We have a franchise player. We have the man in Victor Wembanyama. I don't know who the guy is yet with the New York Giants, at least offensively. I don't know. There's Kevin Looney going to the Pelicans. We have direction. We have incredible building pieces with Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant. I'm going to believe in Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant. Until proven wrong, they're going to be special. De'Aaron Fox, an all-star point guard. Made sure only one time, but an all-star point guard. Former NBA steals leader. Clutch player of the year. We have good foundational pieces. The coach needs to put it together with his coaching staff, which I'm having faith he will. The Spurs put really good assistant coaches around Mitch Johnson. And then everybody needs to stay healthy. There's some still holes in the roster. The shooting needs a lot of work, and we have a lot of non-shooters on the team. And then, of course, the team is really small right now. I don't think Jonathan Kuminga is available. Playoff guarantee next season. There you go. Works for me. And we're not trading Fox, Jacks. We just got him. I'll agree with Ernesto. Jeremiah does have a point. It's only been 90 minutes. So we are expecting, something to happen really quickly. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in, too. It's instant gratification. If I need something, boom, there it is on my phone. I need to order something from Amazon. Boom, on my phone. See if there's any news here on my phone. Somebody texting me. I'm just making sure somebody texting me. All right, you guys wait. Carlos Jeter with the $1 poop. Looney Tunes has been in the league over 3 years. I'm pretty sure he was unrestricted. Heartbreak debut is this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be live for it. I don't know if Miss TSR is going to join me. I know Grogu, Yodi, and Mike Kiwo. Johnson for Steven Adams. No. I don't think we can afford DeAndre Ayton. He may take a pay cut because of the buyout. I don't think we can afford him. I have a lot of concerns with stuff that's happened with teams in the past. I don't think I want him on our young core. That's all I'll say. I'll be nice. Rich, we're pooping. Free agency is all week. The Spurs can make a move tomorrow. I wanted to go live tonight because this is the first night of free agency. I've never done that before. I'm obviously not going to go live every night this week. Oh no! I just saw Luke Cornet. Oh God, guys. Luke Cornet news. I don't have the chat up right now. I just saw Luke Cornet. This is a player some of you guys wanted. I certainly be fine with getting him as a backup. I'm going to move my water. You ready? Breaking news. Free agent center Luke Cornet has agreed to a 4-year, $41 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs. That's more than I thought he was worth. 4-year, $41 million? Did we overpay on him? I don't know. But we got a big man. We got a big. I don't know if that's a good contract or not. Looney was definitely a great deal, Joshua. I would agree. $10 million a year? All right, I'm going to pull up his season last. So we take him from the Celtics, so we got a big. Those of you that wanted Luke Cornet, he is now a San Antonio Spur. I'm looking at his history. He missed a little bit of time the last 3 years, but not a lot. He's averaged about 68, 69 games a year. Field goal percentage the last 3 years is about 68%. As a backup, 5 points a game. His free throw shooting's all over the place. 82%, 91%, 69%. Decent shot blocker. Better way to look at it is his per 36-minute average since he's not a starter. About 11 points a game per 36, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. How tall is Luke? Is he 7 foot? He's 7'2", 250. 7'2", 250? Holy crap, I didn't realize he was that big. Well, can we get Gershon Yabusele as well? I don't think we can we? Cornet's a Spur, guys. If you want a Luke Cornet, we got him. Seeing Looney go for $8 million a year. So I'm happy. I just hope this is not an overpay. I would have thought 4 years for 32, but listen, I said we need a big. We just got one. Steven Z with the $5 super chat says, "Big man into house. Go Spurs go." Yeah, he's the heaviest guy on the roster, right? I can't see him being a starter though. 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan. Matt, he's just former Boston Celtic. Lay dog, 3 runs. Shout out to Brian, but slightly overpriced. All right. Hey, no insulting other Spurs fans. You're gonna get timed out for 10 seconds. You think about what you said. Better than nothing, yes. Cornet was he was a monster in the playoffs, wasn't he? He had 7 blocks in a game, or 7 blocks and a half. I forgot the actual stat. The weird thing with Luke is he started his career as a stretch 5. His first 2 years, he was chucking threes about 4 a game in limited action. He didn't play a lot of games, and then he just stopped shooting threes altogether the last 4 years. So I don't know if he'll bring the three-point shot back with San Antonio. I would assume probably not. We needed a big, we got one. All right, Brian. I will say this. I'll take Luke Cornet over DeAndre Ayton. Ayton, obviously numbers-wise, blows Luke Cornet out of the water, but I haven't heard anything attitude-wise with with Luke, and 8 would have been a much bigger contract. So Yabusele's next. Can we afford him? He should start. No, he'll come off the bench. Off the bench. No need for Sohan now, Joshua. Come on. I don't think we can afford Yabusele, guys. If he's getting 10, it's actually 10.25 million a year. We had about 20 million in cap space. We have 2 players left to sign. Gershon would have to take 8 million a year, and then we signed another player for 2 million a year, around the league minimum. I don't think we can refresh. I don't think we can afford Gershon Yabusele now. You got to think he's going to get 10 million a year, right? Clint Capella. This is Clint Capella news. Free agent center Clint Capella signed a 3-year, $21.5 million deal with the Houston. The Rockets are loading up. Wow. Holy moly. The Rockets are making a big move this year. So, Clint Capella for 7. How do they have so much money? That's a damn good question. That's a good deal for the Rockets. 3 years, $21.5 million. That's kind of the money I thought Luke Kennard would get. Luke Cornet, sorry. I'm getting confused here. We could have this one too. How are they affording this? Bringing in KD as well in his $54 million contract? This Texas team's doing some crazy-ish. This free agency, it is getting a little crazy. We got Clint Capella back to the Rockets. The Rockets have loaded up. Are the apron rich, Forepaws? Houston already has $183 million on the books for next year. They're going over the first, possibly second apron. Cornet got 10 points, 9 rebounds, 7 blocks against Wemby. Wait, against Wemby? Did he do it against Wemby? I honestly don't remember that. Or I'm blocking it from my memory. Are the Rockets loading up to get Giannis? Beavis, yes, that was a really good steal for the Rockets. I know his play is more like a backup now, but 3 years, $21 million, that is a good signing. Nope, I'm done with Cam Johnson, Stingray. Rockets still a first-round exit. Yeah, Clint Capella, cheaper than Luke, is actually kind of crazy, late dog. I mean, Clint Capella is a former rebounding champion, isn't he? Felix, you're probably right there. Yeah, but Francisco Cornet hasn't shot the 3 at all. The last few years, he stopped shooting 3s. What did Xavier do? We are not doing... We'll be good. Capella is regressing. Vinny Canini, yeah, I thought that contract was a little on the big side. $41 million for 4 years. But what do I know? One of my favorite plays when he plays is when he went one-on-one versus Cornet. Now they're gonna be playing together. Rockets will be the new Phoenix. Refresh? Oh my gosh. I wasn't planning on staying live this long, but man, the news keeps hitting hard and fast and furious. Oh, all right. Free agent guard Karis LeVert has agreed to a 2-year, $29 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball, Karis LeVert to the Pistons. Wow. Pistons trying to make a play? There you go. Breaking news from Shams. Shams is all over it. And you guys are all over it, too, telling me to refresh when needed. I thank you so much for that. Thank you. Daddy Raker Master, yes, we did get Cornet. Oh, did he, Carlos? We don't have to time people out for that. I don't agree with that. If people are talking about the team, etc., if people start criticizing other fans, I don't like to see that. I don't want to promote that type of culture here because then people start arguing. There are a lot of new Spurs fans. Are there people that maybe became fans since Wemby joined the team? Yes, and it's caused, disagreements on comments on the channel here where people say, why are you so, what are you getting down on the team for? We're in a great position, and I don't think they've been here for all 6 losing seasons. Maybe just the last one, maybe the last 2. I do think we're in a good position, though, but it's tough to lose them. Refresh again? Wait, another one? We signed Luke Cornet. Hero Eatery, we did. 4 years, $41 million. I'll be honest, I thought that was a bigger contract that he would get. No new news. Okay. I mean, Clint Capella, 3 years, 21 and a half. There's Luke Cornet. I'll leave this up for the Spurs fans, actually. I hope he lives up to his contract. There we go. Fan in 03. Nice, Tony. Fan since 1990. Young, you got me by a year. You got me by a year. 1989, you got me by one. Spurs fan since 99. Nice. My religion and politics is Spurs. All good, the Frenchman. All good. Yeah, you know, Sin, I was really confused. Good evening, John Lou. Looking up Luke Cornet's, looking at his stats, his history, where I was like, he used to shoot the 3 ball, and now he's not shooting at all. How much is a pick 38 worth? $2 million, Clay Cup. About $2 million a year. Fan since 87. Oh, Mr. Jones, you guys killed there. 95, good year. PJ, that's the year I graduated high school. Nice. 2003 second championship. We could do worse. Young, you're right. You are correct. Yeah, Sugar J, his stats are weird. Look at his three-point shooting. How he started off as a decent stretch 5. Then it kind of, his percentage dropped, and then he just stopped shooting them. He's Danny, he does look a little like Danny Ferry, doesn't he? We have 2 7-footers. Cornet's last 2 contracts are $4 million and $2 million. Nurif, it's hard not to say we overpaid a little bit. So hopefully he plays so well we don't care. 4th year is a team option. Thank you, JRGS. Down south, I'm hoping that he makes this contract look like a bargain when it's all said and done. Kyle, your Rockets are doing some good moves. They are. Actually, Marcel makes a good point. You're right there. That's a good point. My first Spurs game was December of 1975. Dave was not doing anything that year because I was not alive. Spurs fans, we got some old school Spurs fans in the chat. We have 2 roster spots, PJ. 2 open roster spots. I would love to get Gershon Yabusele. I don't think we have the cap space now. It does not mean the Spurs are done. They could make a big trade. You guys have talked about Kellerman a lot on this channel. Demisel, we could see one of them get moved. Or maybe we sign one of the guys that's, going to be a free agent. Mamu, probably not. Vassie, probably not. You could probably bring back Biombo for $2 million a year. Spurs fan since the AB. No, Naz Reid's staying with the Timberwolves, Mustard. He got a pretty big contract. Was it 5 years, 125? Naz Reid's not going anywhere. This is a steal. All right. If you guys like it, I'm not criticizing the move. I just seems like a slight overpay, but I would have thought 4 years, $32 million. $2 million a year. Does it really make or break? No. Stormy, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Young, I'd hate to see Mama leave too, but I think it's going to happen because he might have a great opportunity, and it was a Greece that he might have a chance to play for. All right, so this is the Karis LeVert news. I think we'll stay live maybe till 8-ish. Thank you, Joshua. Please do hit the thumbs up. Fast, refund, nutritious, and delicious. That's weird. My mouse is showing up in the weirdest spots. He is going to bring the girth. He is thick. Andre from Argentina, thank you for stopping here. I was asking for girth, and we got girth. Girth! It's also a tradable contract, you're right. Biggest news of the day, Sugar J, is we signed Luke Cornet. And Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected first-round pick in 2032 were traded for Cam Johnson. Also, Jaren Jackson Jr. was extended. The Houston Rockets are making a lot of moves. D'Angelo Russell went to the Dallas Mavericks. There's actually been quite a few moves. Does Jakob have a similar deal? Oh, it might just hit puberty, apparently. Mama would make more money in Europe, but if you're happy to stay up the Spurs. So, my thought is he might make more money and get more playing time, in which case he'll leave. Yop, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. On dunks and threes, Cornet, it is 90% EPM overall. Wow. He's not shooting the 3-ball anymore, though. You need a big, you got a big for 41. There you go, Sin. Rich, the trade line is until Wednesday. We need you breaking the record. Stay with... I am not... Well, I got my job at first. I can't miss time for my job. I mean, I can. I'm not going to. I just don't know if... We got Luke Cornet, dog sheet. Right there. I don't know if we can afford Yabusele now. We do have a big now, Mark. Who's the second greatest Spur of all time? This is going to be a biased answer. I'm going to say David Robinson. Yes, vintage. No, I'm not doing a 24-hour stream. No. We can only give out the biannual $5.1 million to Gershon. The Sixers can offer more than 5.1, can't they? We're not getting Gershon Yabusele then. I'm not streaming for 24 hours, guys. My back gets sore sometimes after just 2.5 hours. No. All right, I hope you're right, buzzing like a bee. I just didn't think his market value would be $10 million, but like I said earlier, I hope he proved me wrong. 10.25 to be exact. I just saw a stat. Opponent's field goal percentage within 6 feet. Wemby is number 6 and Cornet is number 8. That makes me feel better. Killer was 21. Okay. So we're not going to lose a lot of defense when he comes out. We're going to lose some defense, of course, but that's good to know. My top 5 in what? Spurs or NBA? I need to run that. Man, the AI stuff is scary. The amount of stuff that's being made by AI. The only thing is AI is doesn't quite know the human body yet. Like I saw a viral video of a larger woman jumping off a diving board and then splash, and then the boat she jumped out, or not, she jumped off a boat and then the boat sank. But the dudes sitting on the side, their heads were turned 180, which is obviously physically impossible. So in 2 years, you won't be able to tell AI probably from the real thing, and that, I don't like that. TSR, if the Rockets are not afraid to go over the first apron, why are you afraid to take out? I mean, if we go over the little first apron a little bit, it's not up to me. The Spurs historically have generally not been a team that does that. Will they do that this year? I think you do that when you've got a pretty good surefire chance of, or you think you have a surefire chance of winning a title, which the Rockets are doing right now by getting Kevin Durant, etc. The Spurs are not there yet, so I don't see them going over any aprons at the moment. If they become a championship team, then that changes things. Yes, it does, actually. Hands and feet. Wemby's a Spur for life. Come on now. Spur for life. Calling it now. If he leaves the team, I would not like. Wow, no news in 10 minutes. All right, we'll leave the Luke Cornet news up. No news in 10 minutes. I'm actually kind of surprised. Is the news dying down? We got the 200 thumbs up. We hit a peak of 600. We had 600 people in here at one point, probably when Luke Cornet was signed. That was big for the Spurs fan. Actually, almost 250 likes. I'll probably stay live until 8 o'clock. My voice is, not going to lie, getting a little hoarse. Trade what we're not getting Giannis Taylor. I can't see that. I really don't. Sham's taking a power nap. There you go. You know what, Sin? I was thinking that, but I didn't say it. I wonder if we had to beat another team. I wonder if we had to beat the Celtics. Spurs 2027 NBA champs. Mark my words. Black Cat 2587 says, we're so back. I'll take Biyombo over Bassi. Mr. Jones, probably because I probably would too at this point, just because of Bassi's inability to stay healthy. I like Wendman Graham like Carlos. Anthony, yes, we got a big. Cornet, I believe I saw 7'2", 250 pounds. He's a big dude. I wouldn't mind Mamba coming back. I don't think he's going to. Yeah, young Bassi, 3 years in a row. Same knee, I think. Has never played a half a season. He hasn't made it to 41 games in a season. That's crazy. Small lineup. Fox, Harper, Castle, Barnes. Ooh, that's really small. No center Sohan. No center Sohan. Starting 5 next season will likely be Darren Fox, Stefan Castle, Victor Wembanyama. And this is where it gets a little fuzzy. I think they might put Devin Vassell out there at the 3. They did last year, and Harrison Barnes. So the weird thing is, you're going to have your 3, 4, and 5 be your three-point shooters, and your 1 and 2 be the guys that drive to the rim. Hopefully Stefan, videos are saying that he is. He's really working on his 3. He's also doing a lot of weird online videos with some dude, Fizzy, Foshizi, Manizzi, whatever his name is. I saw like a minute of him opening packs of cards, and he opened himself. I don't know the guy's name. Riley Minix is coming back on a 2-way contract. So is Harrison Ingram. Mamu, we don't know if he's going to stay with the Spurs or if he's going to go overseas. Sin, $10 million to me is a lot of money. If the Spurs offered me $10 million a year, I would take it like that to leave my job. Just putting that out there. I'm also not a professional basketball player. Fox will get extended. If they don't extend, if they traded for De'Aaron Fox for a year and a half, that would be ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, I can't believe the number of people, not really you guys here, that are like, well, we can trade De'Aaron Fox now. We have Dylan Harper. I'm like, Dylan Harper, 1, has not played an NBA second. You don't know if he's going to be the man, but you just give up assets to bring De'Aaron Fox over. You don't just reroute him immediately. Are you forgetting former clutch player of the year, an all-star, a guy that can drop 25-plus a night? He's still in his prime. Let's not move on from him yet. Give him a couple years. We gave up a lot less for Fox than I thought we were going to. Not extending Fox, that would be a shock. Hello there. That would be a big surprise if we did not extend him. Fox is the best player on the team. Wemby's right there with him. I mean, Wemby's a much better defender. You know what? Dare I say Wemby's the best player on the team. When both are healthy, Wemby can do more on both ends of the court. Fox might have the higher offensive ceiling, but Wemby just can do so much defensively that he changes the game. He changes the game by being out there. Thank you, showing up. Says chat, hit that thumbs up. Fox a better scorer right now. Refresh. Oh, I see refreshing cap locks too. No refresh. Nothing. We haven't any news in 14 minutes. Is this the big window between 6 and 7:30? I see refresh, please. Maybe it hasn't gotten to the Twitter feed yet. Guys, there's nothing there. It's still Karis LeVert. I don't see anything. Shams fell asleep, right? Maybe he did. Cornet? No, actually, Zach Collins got a much bigger contract than Cornet Taylor. Zach Collins' extension with us was 2 years, 35 or 36 million. So we paid Zach Collins way more than we're paying Luke Cornet. Fonswine, agree. He can be a 50, 40, 90 player, which is a 50, 40, 90 defensive player of the year type player. That is a unicorn. But it's our unicorn. Collins was a horrible contract. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Luke Cornet, 7'2", 250 pounds. You guys told me he has a 7'6" wingspan. I see refresh again, but hopefully there's something there. Maybe. There we go. Freedom said there. Brook Lopez has signed a 2-year, $18 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers. Sources tell ESPN. $9 million a year for Brook Lopez, who's going to be, what, 37 and 38 next season? Okay. Brook Lopez. Felix, that's fair. Miles Turner, no way. He's staying with the Pacers. Yep, he left the Bucks. Luke, I want to say he's 30-ish, Beavis. I think Luke is around 30-ish, which means I can now, because we have a player with the name Luke, if you only knew the power of the dark side. I can do all the Star Wars stuff. He's 29, okay. Turning 30. Refresh! Exclamation point. More? Or are you just trolling me? Nope. Still Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez. Yeah, the Lakers need a center. They haven't gotten anybody yet. Jamal, good evening. No, I don't think the Spurs are done either. And the Spurs are an old... not the Spurs. The Clippers are an old team. I want to have stuff from Luke Cornet. Yes, Luke Cornet's going to get something. I don't think we're going to get... Could we get Gershon Yabusele and Luke Cornet? I mean, that would be amazing if somehow we can get both. But somebody said that we can only offer Yabusele X amount of dollars, and I think he's going to get more in the open market than the 5. Levi, we got Luke Cornet. We got a big. We got a really big. Snatched him from the Celtics. Suck it, Boston. Steph Curry's not getting traded to the Lakers. Will Vassell get dealt? That's a darn good question. The chat says nothing's come up on Yabusele. Spurs have 143 committed as of now. The Frenchman! Plus rookies. I think Dylan Harper is going to make, $12 million as a rookie? Carter Bryant being pick number 14. What's that, 5 or 6? No, there's definitely nothing confirmed on Yabusele. But I'm glad he went live tonight because we were here for the signing of Luke Cornet. Not actually, you know what I mean. Brian right or Brian wrong? I think it was a slightly higher contract than expected. But if that's the market, that's the market. No, we got Brook to the Clippers. It's up top. Thank you, though. But yeah, we got the Brook Lopez news. That's the latest news. NBA trade news says, Jeremiah, if Shams isn't reporting it tonight, then I got to take it with a grain of salt. Vintage, I don't know if I actually answered that completely. Starting lineup, I think will probably be... They got to get Soham back in the starting lineup, don't they? We need 3-point... What do you do? Could we see Fox, Castle, Vassell, Sohan, Wemby? Just the floor spacing could be really poop with that. But if you extend Sohan before the season, you can't leave him on the bench. The situation with having so many players that are 6'5" makes it really a sticky situation. Cornet has not shot a three-pointer not shot the 35-36% three ball in years, though. I don't know if he's going to... I think he's done shooting the three. Barnes could start. One of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. No, George, this is our big move tonight. I don't expect any other moves, which is why I'm probably going to cut it at 8 o'clock. I'm going to stay live for another about 7 minutes. And... if anything happens, I'll have a video up tomorrow about the Luke Cornet move, the depth, the roster. I've enjoyed doing daily videos with you guys. And I guess I can't get too used to it because in a couple of weeks, the NBA season is going to quiet way down. And I don't know what to cover at that point. Maybe go live for a Yankees game here and there. I only have Amazon Prime for the Yankees and whenever they show up on Fox, but I haven't done a Yankees game in forever. Maybe if they play the Red Sox. You know what could be fun? Miss TSR, I know you're still watching, so listen up. A Yankees-Red Sox game, I know they're marathons, but what if we could do a Yankees-Red Sox game that's on at night, doesn't interfere with our schedule, with Beantown Breakdown, Bobby? Bring him on via StreamYard. He hasn't done any live sports in forever. So it would be 2 Red Sox fans versus 1 Yankees fan. Sohan is a great perimeter defender. Yes. Was it ISO perimeter defender where he was ranked high? Yes, Walker. His form looks much better. Carlos, the Spurs can't afford DeAndre Ayton. Not at this point. It's tough because Harper's a second overall pick, and usually they start. But do we? The problem is, all right. Let's say we go with the lineup that a lot of people have concerns with the fit, and that lineup would be Fox at the 1, Harper at the 2, Castle at the 3. You got Wemby at the 5. We need another big guy out there if we're going to run. I said not big like Luke Cornet, but I think we need another guy out there. Can Sohan be that guy? If we're going the young lottery pick lineup, that's it, right? Minus Fox, of course. Fox, Harper, Castles, Sohan, Wemby. I wouldn't be opposed to them trying it if it works. I just don't know if there's going to be enough three-point shooting at the moment to really unlock maximum Wemby. Trey Jones, stay in Chicago, yep. Fox, Harper, Castle, Barnes, Wemby. So you got Vassell and Sohan coming off the bench. That doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying what you're saying doesn't make sense, but I can't see paying Sohan, Kelvin, and Devin coming off the bench. That's like our starting lineup from a couple years ago. I think that's year 2. Sohan is our Aaron Gordon in the future. No, well, mate, you don't know that, Adrian. Once he's healthy, I'm not giving up hope. Harper, 12.3 to 12.4. Is that points per game? Sounds about right. Thank you, Mark. Juan, this is a big move. Well, it's not here, but the Spurs big move is Luke Cornet. $10 million a year for 4 years. That's the point to start. That's a tank starting lineup and average backup. You're not terribly wrong there. Jacques Landale, I wouldn't be opposed to him coming back. Is he a free agent? Refresh. You got to refresh it before you... Nope, no new news. Here's the Spurs news, because there's going to be a lot of Spurs fans that might still be stopping in. There's what we did. There's our move. Right there. The defense will be a lot better off the bench. Yes, Velo. When Wemby came out, our backup centers, look at the guys we had plenty to play center. That's not a knock to them, but look at the different players we had play center last season. Charles Bassey, who played, 31 games? Bismack Biyombo, who wasn't even the NBA. I got to assume Mamu played center at some point last year because there was 4 guards and a Mamu, so he was the only big, so Sandro Mamakilis-Vealing. You had Harrison Barnes occasionally in small ball lineups. Did I already say Jeremy Sohan? Bassey, Biyombo, Mamu, Barnes. I'm getting a little confused. Yeah, Kelton Johnson plays center. Sohan. We have like 6 different backup centers. Zach Collins started on the team. He was there, so that's 7. I mean, it was just a rotating door of different players playing center and a lot of guys that should never, ever, ever be playing center. I mean, you might get Kelvin at center. He's slightly under 6'5". That Johnson's way too small to play center. Let's call it like it is. Now we have a legit big, a rim protector. Yeah, this is going to help the defense off the bench. Paisan, he's 7'2". This is from you guys. 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan, and he weighs about 250. Our last good backup. I mean, Wemby's a center. If he keeps putting weight on, he's going to be way too big for a stretch forward. And I don't think we can get the Dancing Baron. LSL, your peak says we don't talk about ZC. Nice. 7'1", 250. Okay. DeAndre Jordan, doubt it. And I don't know what Rasha Nesterovic is doing. Guys, I will do a video on this tomorrow. And Cornet's bigger than Chet. He's heavier. Is he taller? Does he have a bigger wingspan? Chet Holmgren weighs less than I do. I'm about 215. Holmgren's what? 205, 210? Dwight Howard, I don't think coming back to the NBA. Yeah, Wemby. I think Wemby around 250. Kokushiba, that's a good weight for him. David Robinson, his prime when he was jacked was 235, so right around 245, 215, a little bit more solid. Yeah. If we can get Cornet, and yeah, I don't think we can afford Yabu. Alan, I mean, with Clint Capella, you're looking at what he used to be, maybe more than what he is. He has declined. He, averaged 8.5, 8.5. My shock with Clint Capella is how small his contract was at. The Rockets paid, $7.5, $8 million a year? I thought it was a good deal for them. I'm 6'4". I don't look at SJ, I'm 6'4". 6'5" in shoes if we're doing NBA heights, but I am 6'4". If you see a picture with me and Miss TSR, you'll realize I am quite taller than her. Actually, on the NBA videos playlist where this video is going to be going, we went to the Basketball Hall of Fame, and the thumbnail has her standing next to Muggsy Bogues and me standing next to him. And you see there's a little bit of size difference there. Yabu was interviewing in France, and he told the situation on the Sixers was complex. This summer he's open to leave and he wants a competitive team, enough playing time. And yeah, he's got to get his big contract now. He's going to be 30 next season. So yeah, Cornet 7'2", Chet 7'1". Wow. I didn't realize Cornet's bigger than Chet. So we have a guy that come off the bench and bang around Chet Holmgren because Chet is a toothpick. All right, Daljon, Yabu would be great. By the way, if you guys not hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We have an awesome Spurs community here. Do a lot of Spurs content. We'll be live a lot, apparently starting Saturday for Dylan Harper's debut. I was not planning on going live this weekend. We're playing Saturday and Sunday, so surprise, TSR, you're working. That's not work. It'll be fun. All right, guys, I've been live for 2 hours. I was planning on going live for an hour or an hour and a half. Guys, no race card. Let's not do that. I just saw that pop up. I don't know who's bringing it up. Let's not do that. There's 2 colors on this channel, silver and black, and that's the uniforms. I don't care what color the person is wearing the uniform inside the uniform. They're a Spur. They can be white, black, or green, but they're a Spur. And that's all that matters. Headman Grogu. All right, guys. I was planning on going live for an hour, hour and a half, and it's been about 2 hours. My throat's actually getting a little sore from talking for 2 hours. This was fun tonight. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Hey, Joshua, I used to be able to dunk. I can't anymore at the moment because I'm going to be 48 next month, so the body's not what it used to be, and I really need to be back at 195 to dunk again. But I'm going to try to dunk again. If I can get back to dunking shape and dunk right before I turn 50, it'll be up on this channel. That's a great movie too, by the way. But guys, thank you so much. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out. It does still help the channel. We got a big. Might not be the guy you wanted. Maybe you don't agree with the contract. But in the end, we got a big. We got a big. 7'2", 250 or 7'1", 250. We're gonna be able to sling some D off the bench. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Appreciate you all. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!